Welcome to another episode of Arc Synergy. My name is Angeline. I am a licensed speech language pathologist as well as the founder and CEO of Arc Synergy. Arc Synergy was built to help clinicians with their licensure processes and remove the guesswork around requirements. In today's episode, we're reviewing everything you need to know to obtain your full SLP license. As we go through each requirement, you'll see how this information appears inside the Org Synergy app, so you can reference it anytime during the video. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd love for you to leave a comment and share how many state licenses you currently hold. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, be sure to leave us a review and follow the show so you can stay up to date on future licensing content. Arc Synergy, a centralized licensure platform built by an SLP for SLPs, designed for practical clinical application. In this episode, we are walking through how to obtain a full speech language pathology license in Texas, including the application steps, required education and clinical experience, the exams, the license timelines, the fees, and any important rules to know before you apply. This is a high-level walkthrough for full documentation details, downloadable forms, and special situations, including ASHA waivers, foreign degrees, and older degree requirements. You will find everything organized inside the Arc Synergy app. So this information applies to speech language pathologists applying for a full Texas SLP license through the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, or TDLR. So Texas does not participate in the interstate compact, unfortunately. So clinicians licensed in other states must still apply directly for a Texas license to practice in the state. So the process begins by submitting an online application and paying the application fee, of course. Once you apply, you have 1 year for the application date to complete all the required steps. If requirements aren't completed within that year, you will need to reapply and repay another fee. Texas requires a master's degree or higher with a major in communicative sciences and disorders. Foreign degrees must be evaluated by an approved service. If your program was non-CAA accredited, you must submit an ASHA acceptance letter confirming that coursework and clinical experiences were approved. If your degree was earned more than 10 years ago, you will also need to show current knowledge, such as a recent CE, an active out-of-state license, current ASHA certification, or retaking and passing the praxis exam. Texas requires completion of a 36-week SLP internship totaling 1,260 hours. Internship must be completed within board guidelines with required direct and indirect supervision across 3 segments. You must also submit the report and completed SLP internship form within 30 days of completion. If the internship was completed out of state, documentation must include a copy of the supervisor's state license or an ASHA C letter if that state does not provide licenses. Hope you are enjoying this episode so far. Your support is really appreciated. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to let us know what other state licenses you would like us to cover next. If you're listening to this podcast, please give us a follow and leave a comment to let us know what you think of the show. We would really appreciate it. Now back onto the episode. So the application fee for a Texas full SLP license is $150. This fee includes a 2-year initial license term. If all requirements aren't met within 1 year of applying, you will need again to reapply and pay the fee again. School-based practice may involve additional credentialing requirements, including official transcript, foreign evaluation if that's applicable to you, and additional documentation. Texas separates licensure, regular state licensure, and school credentials separately if you're practicing in the school system. So, and Art Synergy clearly breaks down which pathway applies based on what setting you're going to practice in. Processing times vary, but current estimates are 30 to 40 days once all materials are received. Incomplete applications will pause processing until deficiencies are resolved. Usually, from my experience, once you have everything are in order and you submit all the required documents, Texas is pretty quick about processing your application in time. Applicants must pass the praxis exam and the Texas jurisprudence exam. However, if you hold an ASHA certification, the praxis and internship requirements may be waived with submission of official ASHA documentation. Org Synergy clearly showed all these steps and all of those details and where those waiver applies, so you don't need to worry about what documents you need to submit. A national fingerprint-based background check is also required with your application. If you've already submitted fingerprints for a Texas SLP assistant or an intern license, you generally do not need to resubmit another fingerprint. So if you have any questions about licensure, you can contact the Texas board by calling them. They have a phone number and email available, so you can shoot them an email. We keep all of those contact information updated in the Arc Synergy app, so it's always easy to access. If you want to track your application deadlines, to confirm what type of internship you need and the exam requirements, to understand the ASHA waivers, and to avoid reapplying due to not missing any timelines, plus any detailed exceptions. All of those information are available inside the Arc Synergy app. You will find Texas licensure steps, the fees, the timeline, and the direct link to the Texas board all in one place. Arc Synergy, a centralized licensure platform built by an SLP for SLPs, designed for practical clinical application. You'll find download links in the description below, or you can scan the QR code on the screen to get the app on iOS and Android devices. For short step app walkthrough and feature demonstration, follow us on Instagram or TikTok. And for real time licensing updates and rule changes, make sure to follow us on X. If you are looking to connect with other clinicians or ask questions or join any discussion, make sure to join us on Facebook. Our community page is open to all clinicians. If you are watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share comments with any questions. If you're listening on a podcast platform, a quick follow and a review really helps us keeping the show running. Thanks for tuning in.